Alright, and welcome to my Let's Play of Shadowrun Returns, here on my channel, Idle Wisdom. We are going to be playing the Dead Man's Switch campaign. This is the Shadowrun kind of like kick-started series that I think got started like, 2014 or something like that. So it's not a new game, but it's not an old game either. We're going to play on hard difficulty. And let's get going. So, this is a CRPG. I'm not sure. I can never. Oh yeah, male. I can never remember these symbols. I don't even know why they mean what they mean. Why does that mean male? Why does that mean female? I'm sure there's some lore that means why those symbols are what they are. Yeah, so we're going to playing through this. This is a short series, a short game, not very long. Its two sequels are much longer, but it's a good game for what it is. I really loved the old Shadowrun game on Sega Genesis, and I really would like to play that one, but I don't have a way of recording it currently. I have a copy of it on my Genesis, but I don't have a recording solution. There's a version on the Super Nintendo too, which I've never played, which some people liked. And of course there was the old tabletop game. I never played it, but I had my cousin's old Shadowrun book from back in the, I don't know, the 90s, early 90s or late 80s, I don't even remember. It was a really cool book. My brother and I used to read through that book, all the stuff. Pretty fun stuff. Let's see, what are we going to be? A human, an elf, a dwarf, an orc, or a troll? So, humans were the only race on Earth until the awakening of 2012. It's history now. Now they find themselves the definition of average or even normal. They are still the most populous race in the world and thus control many of the most powerful, moneyed, and important positions in society. All humans have +3 to karma to start the game. That's like points with which to buy skills. Their maximum stats are all 9, which is, not bad, but not great. But they have a little bit of karma bonus. Elves. Many people, especially other metahuman races, see those metahumans are all these other. They usually mean like elves, dwarves, orcs, and trolls. Many people, especially the other metahuman races, see elves as the most fortunate metahumans. They are more attractive and socially acceptable than the other metahumans. Elves are taller than humans, but have a more slender build. Their hair is usually thicker, longer, and more luxurious than average, and their ears come to a point. AKA, they're elves. They're beautiful, and everyone is either envious of them or loves them. All elves have a +1 to their charisma score. Yeah, like what I was just saying. And their maximum stats. Now this is kind of crazy for elves. Their body stat is 9, quickness 11, strength 9, charisma 12, intelligence 9, willpower 9. They don't have any. There's no downside to being an elf. It's just bonuses all along. They're just they're definitely the privileged, if you like. Oh my. And then there's dwarves. Dwarves are the shortest of the metahuman races. To compensate, their torsos and shoulders are wider than their size would indicate. Thus, their strength is equal to and sometimes greater than the larger races. A side effect of their human nature is increased resistance to pathogens and magic that attacks from within. They have a plus to their willpower. They have an extra, 11 body, 9 quickness, 12 strength, 9 charisma, 9 intelligence, and 9 willpower. Dwarves are really good. Orcs are the fastest breeding race and now are only second to humans in the world population. Their size leads to an intimidating silhouette and a body that can take more physical damage than the average. Orcs have pointed ears and intimidating tusks or teeth. They have +1 to their body stat, and their body stat is 14, quickness 9, strength 12, charisma 8, intelligence 8, willpower 9. So they're really freaking tough. They're pretty bad. They're good, solid all around. And that 8-9 charisma isn't that 8 charisma and intelligence is not low enough for that to really be too much of a penalty. Not with this strength and body stat. Good grief. And we have trolls. Trolls are the largest metahuman race, Heavy prejudice against them has led people to assume trolls have lowered intelligence, but in reality there is no proof of this, except for the stats we're about to read. Trolls have pointed ears, intimidating teeth or tusks, and many have horn-like growths that other metahumans do not manifest. All trolls have a +1 bonus to their body and strength. Their stats max: body 17, quickness 8, strength 15, charisma 6, intelligence 6, willpower 9. AKA, they're not charismatic and they can't ever get above basically mid-wit intelligence. So basically, having 6 intelligence doesn't really mean you have low intelligence. The average person probably has an intelligence score probably about 4 or 5. And so a troll could be smarter than the average person, but that's a freaking brilliant troll. So I don't know. So what are we going to play as? We play as I always like elves. Let's see what elves would look like, just for the sake of argument. The male elves look pretty terrible. Look at, what the hell? Why would you play it? I mean, what the heck, yo? He looks okay, I suppose. He's okay. Yeah, he looks like he had maybe lost a cat fight. I mean, look at these guys. Terrible. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't stand those portraits. There's the dwarves. There's our plucky little guy. He's kind of cool. Dwarves, I think, are a little bit better looking. Way better looking, actually, than their elf counterparts. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to do a dwarf mage for lack of something to do. Maybe we'll take this guy right here. He looks kind of cool. Actually looks like a complete dork, but you know, whatever. Maybe we should just take this. What's the difference? Oh, he has some loose plates in his beard here. Here he has some really well defined. I mean, that guy's kind of cool. Doesn't look like he would be a mage, though. Then again, who's to say who is a mage? Got a shaman looking there, dude. We could have that guy's kind of meh. Let's see. One more round through. Yeah, why don't we just take this guy? Why not? I don't know. And the mages specialize in casting spells, but that doesn't mean they can't shoot guns as well. Rather, magic is the center of their life. Their spells reflect a pure balance of the mana sphere and cover a wide range of magical effects, from offensive damage attacks to character augmentation to degradation spells or to healing spells. Their key attribute is willpower, and their key skill is spellcasting. So let's, why not? I think this is a bad idea, but it's not a bad idea. It's actually a good idea. The bad idea is going to come later. Let's go on to our stat. No. Karma. Karma represents the experience characters earn while running the shadows and achieving goals. Karma is used to improve attributes and skills. An attribute or skill rating can be increased by spending karma equal to the next increment of that rating. Thus, improving a body from 4 to 5 requires that you spend 5 karma points. You have some karma available now to customize your character. Yep. So, we have 34 karma points. Let's put some into body right away, because we need that to resistance to physical damage, basically to have hit points. Let's just do that for now. Quickness, we'll come back to that. I'm thinking of trying to do, and I don't know if this is a good idea, a pure mage build. Intelligence. We want to have at least some intelligence, because see, here's how it works. There's a master skill. Body's not a good example, but quickness. Quickness is a master attribute because it not only is used to calculate the chance of to hit with ranged combat, but it also, and it reduces chance to be hit, but it also governs all these other subsidiary skills. So right now we have a 1 in quickness. That means we could only do a +1 in ranged combat. And ranged combat in turn governs all the individual weapon skills. And quickness also governs dodge. So we'll put one in dodge right away, because we do want to have dodge. Strength, if you want to use close combat or melee weapons, or unarmed, whatever, you have to up your strength skill. Intelligence governs like your medical skills, as in your decking skills and all that stuff, as well as your drone control skills and what have you. We'll take a little bit of intelligence so we can do some biotech. Get it up to level 2 to get enemy hit points visible. And see right here, these are the limits. Right here, level 6 is the maximum for trolls. Now, you see that orcs right here, and humans, elves, and dwarves right here. Level 6 biotech knowledge is pretty freaking great. It's just a troll can't get as good as an orc or the others, and you know, whatever. But it doesn't mean they're bad at it. They'd be quite good at it, in fact. Okay, let's see, willpower. This is our main skill right here. Because see, we would normally have just a 1 if we were any of the other races, metahuman races. But since we're a dwarf, we have an extra point automatically, which is kind of cool. So we're going to take another boost right here. Let's do spellcasting. Right here, we'll get increased spellbook slot. So we'll be able to have another spell equipped. Right here, ley lines are visible. Now ley lines are like energy points on the ground, and you use those to make your spellcasting more effective and more energy efficient. Let's see, what else? Charisma. Now charisma is used by shamans to control spirit, which is really pretty cool. Because, you know, Native American type shamanism is a big theme in Shadowrun. Because basically Shadowrun's, the short version of it, like I remember from the old books, was that, you know, you have the normal world, but at some point the return of magic was felt by those who were still sort of in touch with their old traditions, and among those were the shamans of the Native American tribes, and they were the first to get their power back. And then they do, you know, kind of what you would have said back in the day. They did the ghost dance again, only this time it worked, and they were able to get control of, like, I don't know, like a third of the North American continent back from, you know, United States and Canada. And it changes a lot of things. And then after that, you had what was called, you know, the human race started changing as the magic was more and more coming forth. And then first you had those who turned into elves. A lot of humans became like elves. And then after that, you had what was then the dwarves and the orcs and goblins. And the orcs and goblins, that phenomenon was called goblinization, which is, of course, appreciated by the people who experienced it, as you can imagine. But yeah, and so then all the magic comes back, and then the national sovereignties of the nations kind of starts breaking up as magical powers start rising up, and so you have the United States and Canada kind of join together. I think it's called the UCAS, and you have like the states along the western coast of the United States turn into like varying states of, you know, anywhere from free autonomous countries to protectorates. But I think Seattle is still part of the UCAS, but you have all the Native American lands, you have the Elven lands, and you have all sorts of other powers that be. It's pretty interesting, kind of a interesting story. So it's kind of like, but there's also the rise of mega corporations and cybernetic and computer technology as well. And corporations start becoming not just transnational entities, but transnational entities that have as much pull or weight as nation states do. So it's kind of a weird dystopian kind of world where there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. So in the shadows, that's where the Shadowrunners are, running around doing stuff, you know, obviously. So with charisma, we get etiquettes, and etiquettes are like kind of like, you know, something about like shadow running, or you know something about the criminal underworld, or you know something about academia, and so when those situations come up, you might have extra advantages or get an extra payout. So it's pretty cool. And also, charisma helps you pass certain charisma checks, and you can be persuasive. So it's important. So we're going to choose what? I think I can choose academic because our boy is okay. Etiquette is about knowing how to behave in various social situations. The right etiquette can give you an advantage or an edge in certain conversations. Choose an etiquette from the list below. Choosing an etiquette does not cost karma, and each etiquette can only be chosen once. So our boy here, he is a mage, and I think he went to school for a time. Maybe he did some time in grad school. Now he's deep in debt, and he didn't graduate, and he's kind of irritated with the whole thing. But he had a skill, unlike a lot of people who get out of school having studied communications, the doctorate in communications, but they never finished their degree. Or I don't know. Point being, he has some practical skills, so he started putting those to good use. Yeah. All right, cool. So what else? We could put, now I could say, you might say, why don't you give him some weapon skills? I'd say, yeah, that's a good point there, pal. Let's give some more quickness, because I do want to get more dodge. We have 4 points left. We could give him a skills in some weapon. That might be a smart idea. I'm just wondering, would it be, probably better to give him a weapon. What though? What is, you know what? Shotguns. Kneecap is such a great skill. It's right here. It gives you AP damage. So we might take range combat 1 and shotguns 1. And then what else? Or should we not do that? No, I don't know. Maybe so, maybe so. We don't have to spend this all now. You know what? No, I'm going to lean into the full... No. I'm going to lean into the mage thing entirely. I know this is not a good idea, but, call it a bad idea experiment. We're really going to lean into the magic. Let's take another shot of charisma. He's been around. Now you might say, dwarves being charismatic in my Shadowrun? I don't know. I don't think dwarves are necessarily uncharismatic. Let's see, charisma. New etiquette, maximum for... Yeah, they're as charismatic as humans are. See, elves are like super charismatic. Charismatic. They're like... Never buy a used car from an elf, it would seem. Yeah, let's do it. There we are. And then we'll do more as we go along. Man, already half the video practically. I mean, not half the video, but just doing character creation. But that's fine. Let's go. Okay, unspent karma, yeah. What is the name of our dwarf mage? Alright, so what name? I think I'll just call him Merrick. I don't know why. Just popped into my head. Merrick the Dwarf Mage. Down and out. Your apartment, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and it isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now it's about all you have left. Running the shadows is all about feast or famine. One day you're Nova hot, working jobs that allow you to eat at 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slagging fixer hasn't called. The money's run out and then some. Sinless and free. Free to starve in the cracks of a society run by megacorps who just want your new yen. Something needs to change, and soon. So, yes, we're not doing well. Hard times. There's a lot of things to unpack here. So, obviously, that's pretty self-explanatory. Nova hot, there's a lot of, how would I say, slang lingo that Shadowrun has. We'll see. Nova hot. Like this hot is, I imagine, is a star in Nova, so extremely hot. Working jobs, blah blah blah. Next year, famine for the ages. A slagging, slagging's a, like effing fixer hasn't called. The money's run out, and then some sinless and free. I think a sinless is like a social security number. It's like a social insurance number or social something or other. So basically, we're non-registered, kind of like we're not illegally here, but we're not exactly having the rights of citizens either. Free to starve in the cracks of a society run by megacorps who just want your new yen, which of course is new plus yen, because Shadowrun as a game, the original game was devised, the pen and paper, the tabletop game, in a time back in the time when rising Japanese Japanese global economic or financial dominance was seen to be the way the future was going. And so they were thinking in the future, the yen, or in this case, the new yen, will sort of replace the dollar and any other sort of dominant currencies. And so it's now in Shadowrun, the new yen. Your apartment, 2054. It's 3 a.m. and you've got nowhere to go but down. And here we are. Yeah, so let's see here. So we can sort of scroll in. There's our guy. He looks like a dwarf that's seen better days. Not looking too terrible, but he's still a dwarf, so he's got natural good looks. Yeah, apparently loves, old movie posters. And we have some things we could look at. His apartment definitely looks rather squalid, you're right. A slip of paper with your bank balance, enough to cover you through the end of the week. Not very good. And let's see, what's this? Your notebook, calendar, contacts, and that sort of thing. View your list of contacts. The list is sad, dried up. Carter, Detroit, fixer, no response to messages. That's the slagging fixer, apparently. Dowd, runner, dead. Felton Nash, fixer, missing since February. New Larry, runner, dead. Sam Watts, runner, probably in a gutter somewhere. Sangoma, runner, dead. Half Jack, dealer, retired or dead. So basically, not a very helpful list of contacts. The list goes on, either dead or just plain dead. Either dead ends or just plain dead, sorry. Let's see, personal calendar. It's empty, nothing to do. It's kind of our problem. Put down your notebook. Answer your vid phone. Oh, we got a message. Let's see, let's look over here. So let's see, there's our bathroom. Yeah, little pocket shower, pod shower, sink and toilet, kind of cool. That wall has seen better days. And that looks like a washing machine unit, maybe? Oh, here's a kitchen. I never actually looked around it over here. Let's see, can we go in here? Yeah, we can. Go get a snack, pal. No, right here. I guess that's as far as you can go. I never really noticed that. Kind of cool. Little efficiency apartment. A dragon poster, that's pretty cool. Your computer, state of the art in 2050, broken since 2051. Apparently we haven't had money for a fair bit of time. Sam Watts. The screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey, buddy. Hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles. He's drunk again, or worse. Ugh. So we could say, shouldn't have given you my com code, gonk, or your zone. Where have you been, Sam? I haven't heard from you in months. Yeah, that's it. Like, what gives, dude? Another giggle. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. Just one reason for this vid. Someone finally geeked me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. Uh-oh. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business. Like you, for an example. So why am I here? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners and some of us are, well, me. I don't think we're doing too well either, pal. Hey, you remember that Rinraku run when things went to hell and we lost Dowd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterwards? I really had your back that night, didn't I? Dowd. That's a name you haven't heard in a long time. Although we did see it on our list of contacts, and he's apparently dead. The night when Dowd went down. "3 years ago, a makeshift bar in the Seattle docks. The night Dowd went down." All right. So here we are. This is the tutorial, basically. Now, before we get started, there's New Larry. We heard about it. He's apparently dead. That's Sam Watts, and this is Sangoma. So, a lot of dead people here. There's some little goodies. Right here. Come on, get the goodies. A basic med kit. Now, this game is, kind of a standard in its genre, but I really like the details. Just kind of cool to look around. Kind of cool. A big old forklift. A cargo truck. We go over here. A lot of just not really much to get here, but kind of cool to see the backgrounds. I think there is some sort of ship out here, a boat. It's like a Coast Guard vessel or something. I can't quite tell. Take a look around. Another cargo truck. Those are cargo connexes. I used to be, like I may have said, oh wait, look, it says purge the metahumans. Oh, someone is not exactly a fan of, metahumans. There are many humans who are prejudiced against metahumans and think of them as monsters or invaders or connivers or people who are destroying the world and or society. Can't quite make that what it says. That says grunge. Yeah, I can't read it. Anyways, yeah, so we're in this little makeshift bar up on this dock. Kind of a weird place to be, and it's raining, which is always a great sign. And there's no bartender. Let's talk to Sangoma. Sangoma is an urban shaman who proved her worth during a run against Fuchi last fall. She's the quiet type, an experienced runner. We're out here in the open, Merrick. All right, ready to bolt. Our fixture owes us for the run and for Dowd. We wait. We're late for another appointment, Sangoma? No. The fixture owes us. Your call. Although I think she's probably right. Looks like New Larry has something to say as well. New Larry. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Dowd almost as well as you did. Dowd. Never saw anyone die like that before. Idiot. He shakes his head. I hate this fragging city, Merrick. It's wet and all the rain feels like acid, and I want out of here. Shut your screamer about the rain. We lost a man tonight. We wait for the money. I get it. Now take a pill and relax. Yeah, just chill. Sure, Merrick, sure. Whatever you say. I don't know, Merrick, Sam Watts says. Sam is a good guy and can hold his own in a fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on the run so far. Never while on a run so far, but he needs watching. He shakes his head. That run went sideways. 9 ways to Sunday. Now the fixer's late. Does that smell funny to you? The bastard better show we need the money. What do you think we should do? Does that smell funny to you? Hell yeah, it smells funny. Look at where he set the meeting. This is supposed to be a public place. Yeah, there's nobody here, for reals. Not very public. Cut the dreck, Sam. We both know why Dowd went down. It wasn't the fixer or some paranoid chip dream of yours, New Larry says. Sam smiles a toothy smile. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants to say. Don't you, Larry? Go ahead and spill it. You are sloppy. He laughs. Ha! Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. We can own up, Sam. If you screwed up, just admit it. Or have you been drinking again, Sam? I don't think we're going to question him on that right in front of everybody. But we'll ask him, is it true, Sam? Did you miss a beat back there? No, Merrick, I didn't miss a beat. I was on my game the whole time. Remember, I was on point. Knew Larry was supposed to cover Dowd. Then something dawns on him, and he leans into New Larry, amused and dangerous. We were set up, and he knows it. Don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Renraku? How come you couldn't geek the guy before we unloaded on Dowd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. He should have been burnt toast before the gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, and looks over your shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone, and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. Now, chummer is probably the most famous of the little Shadowrun neologisms. It's, obviously like chum. Like chum, but chummer. So you see it everywhere. You chummers are damaged, and I'm out. So, how much did they pay you to sell us out, Larry? He stops, and a smile slowly appears on his face. Honestly, it didn't take much. Just enough to get me back to Portland and set up with a nice cush corp job and out of this racket. We got incoming, Sangoma says. New Larry relaxes and throws you a Drek-eating grin. We know what Drek means, right? Looks like my new Renraku friends are finally here. They're going to take that hard drive off your corpse, buddy. We should choose our friends more carefully, Eric. That guy was never my friend. Mine neither. Think I'll shoot him. Alright. Leave the mage. Kill the others. Okay. Ow! Okay. Ooh, wow. I'm getting tagged. Pretty good. Okay, turn-based combat. You are now in turn-based combat mode. Each character on your team has an action pool. Spend these actions on movement, attacks, or using spells or items. Once your team's turn is complete, the enemy team will move and attack. Additional tutorial information is available from the reference guide. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so we have 3 characters. They each have 2 action points. Now, we can move around. That costs, you see, like it takes 1 action point to get to here. It would take more action points, 2 action points to get to there. You see these right here? Those are ley lines. If we get onto one of those, we'll have extra power as a mage. For now, though, let's get into cover. Now, what do we have? We have a submachine gun. We don't have much skill with it, but, yeah, we can't hit crap. Not from that distance, anyways. So let's see, do I have any spells? I don't know if I do. I may be up a creek for the moment, anyways. We have a pistol as well. That's a little bit better for us. We'll shoot New Larry. And we'll miss. Alright, we'll have Sam make up for my embarrassing display. So he has a submachine gun, and he has it on. There's the modes. You could do a burst fire, spray and pray. 2 attacks with less chance for a critical may hit adjacent characters. Alright. Let's just see how that. Well, let's try it. Yeah, not very good. So here's Sangoma. She's a shaman, but we'll get to that. I think we'll see what that does later. She has an assault rifle, an AK-97, or a combat rifle, I guess, if you want to say. He had that coming. Good. We got it. Okay, so do I not have any spells? Oh, this really stinks. Oh well, whatever. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Oh well, I thought I would have some spells, to be honest. Renraku security, it would appear. Oh, come on. Sangoma, please. Great shot. Good job. Alright, we got more company. Oh, there's an orc. Let's see what to do. And you can choose other characters if you want them to go first. You don't have to do it in order. right here. Oh, and look right here. So see that full, this is a full shield. See that full shield? That means you have good cover. That partial shield means you have partial cover. I'm gonna go right here. So I have full cover this way and partial cover that way. I think I'm gonna be kind of useless in this fight. What do we have here? We have some grenades. We're not gonna be very good at throwing them, but you know, whatever. Oh, got him! Lucky shot. That was pretty lucky, actually. That was not really anything but luck. Can we hit him? Let's see what she has. Aim shot. A better chance. And she misses. That's good. And she missed again. Great work, Sangoma. You're a hero. Oh no, there's a grenade. Ooh, it got both of us. 12 damage on Sangoma. That's actually unpleasant. Okay, you hear that noise? That means you're on a ley line point. Kind of cool. But man, I do not have... No, I have nothing. Let me see. What happens if I... No, nothing. I thought I would have started with at least some spell. Well, that's terrible. Yeah, whatever. Take a shot. Yeah, whatevs. That was not going to go anywhere. Sam's pulling all the weight right there. Okay. Get over here. Let's see. 2 security. Ah! Ooh, that was a good shot right there. Ah! Ooh, that was not so great. Lone Star. Lone Star is a police services company. They're a corporation that sells police services. They're not the actual law, but they perform the functions of the law for a price. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm doing terribly. I didn't think my character would have no spells. I should have given him a little bit more gun skill. Unless I'm not doing something right. Let's see, do we have it? She has skills. Look, no, I would have it right here. Now look right here. She's a shaman, so she can cast this haste, which is a great skill, and bear, which heals all friends within 3 units of the most... Heals all friends within 3 of the damage of the most recent attack. It's pretty good. Let's just use it. Because she just got bit for a pretty heavy, I think. Oh no, that was an old one. Oh well, whatever. There it is. She can still do well. Excellent. Oh crap. More company. That guy looks like a mage. This is bad. They have a shaman. Oh, one of them's a shaman. Ow. Oh jeez. Ow, ow, ow. That's a shaman, that's a mage. And then like me, she wasn't so stupid. I said not take weapon skills. Now I think we can... Oh no, not... wrong person. Oh well, whatever. Oh, nice. Alright. Let's see, can we... Get over here, Sam. Now let's actually go to burst fire. Great work. Okay, so... Somewhere around here there's a place where you can make a... We can get some... right here. Call a spirit. See this pool right here? If you see this skull thing, not just the pools, but you'll find areas where it's like that. A shaman can raise up a spirit to help them, which is pretty cool. Now let's get it over there to counteract the spirits that they have. And let's... Oh, just she doesn't have crap. Alright, well... And her, this skill has to recharge. So, let's just get into cover. 12 damage. Oh man, she's really taking a beating. Need to heal her. Is she dead? Oh man, dude. She is. Now, she's down, but she's not out entirely yet. I can use a dock wagon trauma kit on her. And restore her to, to consciousness, I guess. Ugh, man, I'm doing terribly. So, we need to reload ammo. And let's just have him go forward. Draw fire. I was hoping Sangoma, I was hoping she would have another turn. Ow! Oh, and our summons disappeared too, which is terrible. Alright, let's use a med kit on her. And a med kit on myself. We'll be the healer. Let's see, can we get this shaman? Very good, very good. Excellent work. Now, how come that didn't take out the freaking Inferno? I don't get it. Weird. Let's haste Sam Watts. See, it gave him an extra AP. I'm gonna have him go over here. Close in on the mage. Oh, jeez. Ow. Why hasn't that thing disappeared? Our freaking dealie disappeared when Sangoma went down. That's actually kind of annoying. Not gonna lie. Nice. Hey, pal. Ah! There we go. New Larry's betrayal, or our second brush with death in one night? Part of life, Sam, you know that. You were born for this gig, Merrick. Me, not so much. I think I'm gonna hang it up. Find a nice brothel somewhere, stay drunk till I croak. Well, I mean, that sounds like a great idea, dude. You're already worried about dying. That's just a sure path to die. What about you? So we can say, I think I'll find a better class of people to hang out with. Or me, I do this. It's the only life I know. Yeah, that's... I don't... Really, it seems like, what's his face? New Larry was really the only turd here in the mix. So I don't think we'll say that. And I do this. It's the only life I know. Well, that's not really true, because, we were part of academia at one time. So we'll say, I'll find a safe house out of town. Lay low. Renraku has a long memory. I do too. I don't forget my friends, Sam says. You stare at Sam's face on your comlink. Shake off the memory. Focus. I had your back that night, didn't I? Now I'm asking myself, who would care if I die? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name is at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So I set up a dead man switch to send you this call. I got 100,000 yen insurance policy, payable to you, payable when you find who creased me. Alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification, either way works. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Menger, and McCain, when the job is done. They'll know what to do. And he turns to his left. Chet. The camera switches to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watts' wishes, Rogers, Menger, and McCain has installed a secure, dedicated phone line so that you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you must be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. And the camera swings back to Sam. He straightens up and talks seriously for the first time. Look, Merrick, I've led a Drek life, and I probably left a Drek corpse. I hurt people, hurt myself, I don't know. Maybe I just wanted to have the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I stuck there for a while. What do you say? I'll get to the bottom of this, someone will pay, or I've traded a drinking buddy for a paycheck, it looks like. I'd say my schedule is pretty clear right now. 100,000 yen buys a lot of drinks. Nah, even killing a crappy friend of ours goes in the book, so I'll get to the bottom of this. Someone will pay. Hope you just said yes. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate it. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Alright, well, can't be any worse than this. Dead Man's Switch. Your plane hits the sea-tack tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped backseat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. Organ Grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for new yen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little bit of cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing the Barrens has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watts' body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. All right, our new objective is to ask the coroner about Sam Watts, but we will do that in the next episode. So, yeah, it's a pretty fun game. Not the longest game ever, pretty short in fact, but still I think a pretty fun time. Hopefully you'll enjoy the playthrough, and hopefully my character will do better in his magely exploits than we did in the tutorial. That was terrible, but we pulled through somehow. So I want to say thank you for joining me for this first episode of my playthrough, or my Let's Play of Shadowrun Returns here on my channel, Idle Wisdom. If you like the episode or like the video, give it a like. And if you have any suggestions, any thoughts, any comments, if you played this game before, or if you played the old games on Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis, or the old tabletop game, or if you just think the setting is kind of cool, the combination of cyberpunk and fantasy, kind of and dystopian things, it's kind of a pyramid of 3 different types of literature, if you like, tropes, dystopian future, fantasy, and cyberpunk. So it's pretty cool. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Kind of silly, but also really fun. But yeah, so if you have any thoughts, leave a comment. And if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, I'd ask that you consider doing so. I really appreciate it. So take care, y'all.